don't know the entire circumstances that led to them making that decision. But just if I have to draw my own decision based on what is out there, I would have reacted the same way. Because if I have my father or mother invested in an organization or a church or whatsoever it is, and it's still the same thing with you having, even in my case, right? We had a cousin. My dad literally like trained him through school. He wasn't in Nigeria. He did not attend my mom's burial. I know how hurtful I felt because we grew up with him. I know the role my dad played. I know the role my mom played. So that's the reason why I think I will still react the same way the family of Wigwe reacted. So coming to how people handle grief in different ways, you know. But the problem I usually have is how currently it's like we're trying to make everything into a ceremony. We're trying to like celebrate everything, you know, undermining people's feeling, because in the process of trying to celebrate, some people undermine other people's feeling. Let me come back to myself. When I lost my mom, it was a very 2 weeks ago, I still thought about my mom and I got teary because this is my mom. She's impacted in me so much that is not easy for me. Like sometimes no matter how strong I get, sometimes in my quiet time, when I recall the kind of relationship I had with my mom and knowing that she's no longer there, I can't talk to her, I can't call her for advice, I can't, like, the normal sort of interaction I want to have with a mom, I now know I can't have it. I break down, right? So during when my mom passed on, we had people that were like, so you know, let's celebrate. Mama has lived a good life. Let's just celebrate. I'm like, what are we celebrating? She was young. She wasn't 90. What are you celebrating? I had some people tell me like, we'll come and spray you money on that day. I'm like, really? Really? I had to cut the call because I wasn't just having it. So we've turned to like, we consider everything as sort of celebration and people just easily move on. I had someone tell me like, oh, I've don't bother, you get over it in a day. Even like the next day, I had people call me on like, just be strong. It has happened. It has happened. I don't know, maybe that's their own way of consolation, but it wasn't comforting to me. It wasn't comforting to me. So people have different way of grieving. I feel like when people are grieving, you don't really need to totally understand how that person is feeling at that point. You just have to be there. Just be supportive. No, even if you just have to keep quiet, hold the person's hand, right? Just say you can cry, feel free. But when you start making statements like, you're crying too much now, the person is gone already, no amount of tears to bring the person back, you know, just be fine, you'll be strong. Are you a baby? I had people tell me like, you're crying too much now, are you a baby? Really? My own mom. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. I'm not gonna see her again. So the earlier people understand that people have different ways of grieving, and it's not in your place to really understand how that person is feeling. Just try to support that person the best way you can.